Joining us now on Eyewitness News at 6:30 is Maureen Moakley. She's a political science professor over at URI. Maureen, you have a pretty incredible offer for students at URI, going to Cuba. Cuba, of course, pretty big buzzword, you could say, right now after diplomatic relations have really changed in that country. Just kind of tell us, what are students really going to be able to do in Cuba?
Well, this is going to be a full semester program, so they're going to get full credit. They're going to get 15 credits. They're going to go and they're going to live in a fairly modern apartment complex with a pool, and they'll be in Havana, and they'll be going to classes during the week. Once a week, they will go on road trips. There'll be a van, so they'll take them all over the country. They'll be having interviews with artists, diplomats, journalists, scholars. So in addition to 4 days of classroom activity, there'll be a day where they'll be visiting other people through interviews and things like that. On their spring break, they'll take a longer trip and go visit some of the other cities, organic farms, tobacco plantations. So it's going to be a really nice package, but it has a solid academic component to it. So they'll be going to classes, they'll have exams, they'll have papers, and it's a pretty rich and full curriculum. But we hope it's going to be fun, and it's a very exciting time to be there.
Exactly. I mean, an incredibly exciting time just to go to Cuba in general and kind of get that perspective that very few people have in America. But then you put in the fact that we've got all these diplomatic relations, the embassies opening up in both countries. What do you think is going to be so special? What's so different about this time in Cuba as opposed to if you were to go there before?
Well, the point is that it's a society that's changing. They have a lot of problems. We all know the poverty and so forth, but we also know that they have universal health care, they have very universal education, their literacy rates are very high. What we want to do is we want students to critically think about this. The idea is certainly it's not acceptable in terms of democratic standards, but their ability to see the changes, understanding what's good and what's bad about the regime, and being there at a time of transition where they can see in real time, real changes in the political and the social system.
Incredibly unique.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you so much, Mark.
Oh, well, thank you so much for having us.